And now, Knock 2 Studios presents Common Censored.
Who the hell is that?
Goblin Slayer to range control, entering point Alpha. Confirm green range.
Goblin Slayer, range control. Green range is confirmed, but I don't see an event scheduled for you today.
10-4. I do not care.
Nice.
Time to target 1 minute, 77.6 seconds.
That's impossible.
Goblin Slayer commencing final assault on OpenAI data center.
Wait, what?
I've got you now, Sam Altman.
Goblin Slayer, break off your ingress and return to base. That's an order.
Negative, Sky Boss. I've got to show these kids, the youth, what's possible. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Bombs a fucking way.
I sure hope the guy who made this has an autistic-sounding podcast.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Common Censored. Oh, it's been a crazy week. My voice is finally back for the most part. It was still a little sore when I woke up this morning, so we will probably go a little bit shorter tonight, maybe an hour and a half. I don't want to push it because I want to be able to broadcast tomorrow as well. Volume is low, Monty, on my voice or on what? Let me know in the chat. Looks like my voice volume is really low. What's up with that? Give me 1 second to see if I can figure out what the fuck is going on here. Jeez. No idea what that could be. Let's see. I'll do a little quick fix real quick here. Let's see if I can bump it up. Did that work? Auto gain. That should make it a little bit louder. Let me know if that's better. The one audio option I have on EVMux to boost my voice. Okay, good. Okay, we're in business. So my voice is mostly better, although it's still fucked. I've been doing a test over the past week to see how it goes. First, I got a sore throat. Then it went up to my head and my nose. Then it went down to my chest and congestion. So I've been going, and right now I can do the whole thing. But before it was like, and it would just cut off. So I had no voice. Then I sounded like Optimus Prime. Then I sounded like RFK Jr. And And then I was both of them, and now it's mostly back, and there's no need to talk about this. It's boring, so let's jump over into the news. Thanks again for being here, everybody. All of you censored commenters, it's been a little while. Welcome back. Before we actually get into the news, we'll do the regular stuff. I'm Lord Sterling. This is episode 341, Epstein Files, Phase 1 equals Nothingburger. We're going to have more to come on that. Seems like it's going to be a phased, incremental drop of stuff. We have details regarding what ended up happening today and everything like that. Super ridiculous. We also have SCOTUS now backing Trump, saying he doesn't have to pay out money to all these foreign NGOs. We have Maha starting to take effect with Steak and Shake ditching seed oils. So that's good. Support that. If you guys have Steak and Shake near fries, show them that you like what they are doing with that. Make sure to join us Monday through Friday, 6:45 p.m.-ish Eastern Time, as we cover all the crazy clown world clusterfuck chaos that is 2025. Use hashtag Common Censored and hashtag InfoInfantry where applicable when you share the show. You can find us on X at @LordSterling_. We're also on Truth, Getter, Gab, Minds. Still coughing like crazy, but at least I have a cough button so you guys don't have to hear it. Thanks again to our new followers over on Rumble. Appreciate it. Appreciate you. Sin Lu Woo, what's going on? Shout out to everybody over in chat. Outlaw, Dogs, T. McGroin, Omega, Directive, Sin Lu Woo, Jay, Monty, Mama Mac, Ed Hoskins, Upon the Horizon, Skunk, 71. What's up, everybody? Tulip McGroin. We saw Slyant over there, too. TV Green. Snarl Barky. Wendy. Saw Wendy. Lady Hamilton Art even stopped by. T. McGroin. Did I say T. McGroin already? Thanks for being here, everybody. And appreciate your patience. Sorry for the extended absence. I never have my voice disappear like that. So that was crazy. That was weird. And I was sitting there sounding like Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and thinking, fuck, this better not be permanent. This better not be fucking permanent. You know, because that would be real fucked up. Real fucked up. Real fucked up. So let's jump into the news. I got to finish this housekeeping stuff over here. Sorry about that. Links to all the content we cover today will be in the video description. You can tell I'm rusty. You can tell I am rusty. Sin Lu Woo made a meme earlier today for us. All right, I will check that city. Thanks for the heads up. And Mama Mac will be adding timestamps to the links in the video description after the show as well. So throw Mama Mac some love. Hit up alplama.com. Throw her some support over there and get some natural tinctures to remedy your ailments if you want to support the show directly. Linktree, our Linktree at Common Censored, my recovery fund. You can support that if you want to. Disclaimer, views expressed on Common Censored are only opinions. Assume everything we say is false and research for yourself. We're not giving medical, legal, or financial advice. The only advice we are giving is think for yourself. Question authority. Think for yourself. Question authority. All right. So, first up on the list today, we got Pam Bondi revealing that there are still thousands of Epstein files still being withheld by the FBI, set for DOJ delivery tomorrow after select conservatives were granted early access to Phase 1 of the Epstein files. And apparently, according to Savannah Hernandez, they were instructed not to go flaunting all this around until after the press conference. And so people like this over here, well, at least the people who posed for the cameras walking out, we're not supposed to do that, apparently. Update. I haven't seen this update. In a letter addressed to FBI Director Kash Patel, Bondi expressed concern over the discovery of additional Epstein-related documents that had not been previously disclosed. She has ordered the FBI to provide the full and complete Epstein files by Friday morning and has directed an immediate investigation into the oversight. There were like entire buildings full of videotapes, VHS tapes, files, logs, all kinds of stuff. There's no way that it's all in one place. It's going to take some time to figure all this out and actually get all this stuff. Not running cover for Pam Bondi. She should have fucking known better. if you have files on your desk and none of it's new information, you should have fucking known that, Pam Bondi. So not letting her off the hook. But it seems to be kind of a complicated situation. So here's the letter to Director Patel from Pam Bondi. Before you came into office, I requested the full and complete files related to Jeffrey Epstein. Sinlu Woo, tightening the chat pipe for the recovery fund. Sorry for the interruption from the letter, but thanks, Cindy, so much for helping out. Recovery fund, need food for Loki. That's right, Loki is starving after a week without broadcasting. No money's coming in, guys. Loki's starving. Her poor little birdie belly is empty. It's empty. No, I'm just kidding, of course. But thanks, Sin. Appreciate you. Yeah, we need the P. Diddy list next for sure, Monty. Let's continue with this story over here. In response to this request, Bondi says she received approximately 200 pages of documents, which is fucking nothing. She should have known better, which has consisted primarily of flight logs, which have been online for like 10 years, Epstein's list of contacts, allegedly, and a list of victims' names and phone numbers, which are fully redacted. I repeatedly questioned whether this was the full set of documents responsive to my request, and was repeatedly assured by the FBI that we had received the full set of documents. Everybody that you were in communication with, Pam Bondi, should be fucking arrested and investigated, at least at first. She continues, late yesterday, I learned from a source that the FBI field office in New York was in possession of thousands of pages of documents related to the investigation and indictment of Epstein. How could you possibly, as a former, prosecutor or whatever, AG, whatever, down in Florida, whatever she did, think that it was only 200 pages of documents and that you had everything? How could you possibly believe that? So by 8 a.m. tomorrow, she says, despite my repeated requests, FBI never disclosed the existence of these files. When you and I spoke yesterday, she's speaking to Kash Patel here, you were just as surprised as I was to learn this new information. By 8 a.m. tomorrow, February 28th, the FBI will deliver the full and complete Epstein files to my office. Yeah, right. Including all records, documents, audio, and video recordings, and materials related to Jeffrey Epstein and his clients, regardless of how such information was obtained. There will be no withholdings or limitations to my or your access. The Department of Justice will ensure that any public disclosure of these files will be done in a manner to protect the privacy of victims. I don't know why I said privacy. I just thought it would be funny. And in accordance with the law, as I have done my entire career as a prosecutor. I am also directing you to conduct an immediate investigation into why my order to the FBI was not followed. You will deliver to me a comprehensive report of your findings and proposed personnel action within 14 days, within a fortnight. I appreciate your immediate attention to this important matter. I know that we are both committed to transparency for the American people, and I look forward to continuing to work with you to serve our president and the country. So, ridiculous. All these influencers like DC Drano, who's a known liar, says, I've never been paid. And then information comes out, oh, you got all this money to talk about stuff. And just so happens to be a bunch of people with, that are particularly protective of Israel. A lot of them were involved with getting initial access to phase 1 as well. Here they are, flaunting the documents as they come out. They're not even supposed to be talking about it or showing anything until after a press conference. So, Chaya Reichik, I expected better of you, Chaya. Omega Directive says, expect we won't get shit. Man, I hope you're wrong, bro. I hope you're wrong, but I totally understand your position for sure. So thousands of documents are still being held by Southern District of New York. There's some weird James Comey connections with that whole thing as well. So even when we get it, how would we know if they had manipulated it, removed anything, added anything? It's super duper sketchy. Ooh, Sin Luwu unfollowed most of them. Savannah Hernandez posted a thing saying, hey, we were asked not to show any of this stuff until after the press conference. And then it's like as that's being played on screen on InfoWars, you see DC Drano and all these dudes flaunting the binder. It was a bad look. But it's also good that they're including, the White House is including people from alternate media independent investigators and stuff, as opposed to putting this all out through the mainstream. So positives, negatives, they fuck this all up, but there are elements that are good, elements that are bad, how it's being handled, obviously. Let's see. What do we got here? Yeah, here's DC Drano talking about it. And this is fucking weird, too, because these fuckers, at least a couple of these fuckers, just copy and pasted this message, making it completely obvious that there is some kind of controlled, PR announcement type of thing. We'll get into that in a second. But we also have next on the list over here, where is it? Real Alex Jones. We have Pam Bondi saying the FBI lied to her. Here's Jones breaking down a little bit of the scenario here. First, actually, let's play this one. This is kind of out of order here. Breaking satire alert. Alex Jones receives exclusive copy of the new Epstein pedo files and releases them to the public for all to see. This would be satire, but it's not, because there's nothing in the new files. Highly frustrating.
All right, folks, Chase is turning it off right now. We actually got the Epstein files, and he's going to be here in just a second. This has been a long time. We've been waiting for this. We know there's whole truckloads going back to VHS tapes that Epstein had, all his hidden cameras right through to hard drives. They said it was whole houses full of it, from Zorro Ranch and New Mexico, and then in New York, and then his operations in the Caribbean.
Right before I went live, I was listening to War Room with Owen Schroyer, and he had Ian Carroll on as a guest, and they were having a really good conversation about all this, nuanced perspectives. And so I highly recommend listening to today's War Room featuring Ian Carroll discussing this whole situation as well.
And so it's a lot more than just the flight logs and just his Rolodex people he knew that we reported on 5, 6, 7 years ago when it came out in court. Chase is here. Wow, Chase, this is huge. We got this from the media folks we're giving it. You want to come around here and show us, everybody? Come on over here, Scott. This is a big deal right now. Here it is, folks. This is the big moment.
Chrome Industry.
Wow. Now, what's really going on is this is a big breakthrough, because we know Pam Bondi's for real here. They told her this was new information.
Interesting perspective from Chrome Industry. As we see light slaps on the wrist for certain prosecutions, I think you need to keep in mind a crime of convenience versus aggravated predation. Some people may have been forced to participate in this type of stuff under duress, in other words, I think you're saying, in which case maybe not the same level of harsh punishment is required or deserved. But yeah, who knows? We'll see. Definitely up for debate, but valuable perspective. Thanks for sharing, Chrome Industry.
They gave her all the old stuff that was already out from civil cases. And we actually do have that printed out in there. It's about 600 pages long, and 98% of it's blacked out. So they just took all the stuff that wasn't blacked out and just put those pages out. And so that's it. But this is what the process looks like. And remember, it broke 3 days ago. We had exclusive information from the FBI whistleblower, Mr. O'Boyle, yesterday, and his sources inside the sub-district of New York, who caught the high-ups destroying the stuff. And that now is indeed where it's going on. There's a big showdown there. They're grabbing it all. She's ordered Kash Patel to give it all to her.
And this is after it came out days ago. Just so you guys know, I wasn't slacking over here. I'll prove it. I was over here putting together a show every single day while I was sick. And, just never got around to actually being able to do it. Unfortunately, every day I was prepared and ready to go. But just couldn't actually do it. And Sinlu Wu made a meme for us over here. I can't do my podcast because a little bird ate my voice. Accurate. Thanks, City.
And she's the boss. So there were.
Oh, but this is it came out in the recent days that the FBI was destroying evidence on a massive level, deleting files, supposedly files that were designed to be deleted in a way that they cannot be recovered. So super sketchy stuff going on behind the scenes.
really covering up, she would not be doing this right now. I don't think Cash is part of this either. These people, most of the federal employees, half of them won't respond to an email.
So he's saying there's actually seemingly action occurring right now at SDNY to get our hands on this shit. And if Pam Bondi was part of the cover-up, she probably wouldn't be doing it. That's understandable. It also could be a front to make it look like she's doing something, though. I'm tending to lean with Jones here. I hope that he's right about this.
A million of 2 million. Trump talked about that yesterday. So right around half. So, and these FBI agents that are globalists, I mean, you know what they do. So this is a real fight, though, and it's not even a disappointment. I expected stuff like this to happen. But now we've got a real showdown, and we've got the moral high ground. You can follow me on X Real Hawk Shows, and for backup streams, infowars.com/show, man.video, and we're up here late tonight working hard. Thank you. So again, it's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pages, still going. This is what's been on the FBI website for what years? This is what, 2022?
Awesome, Dirk.
2020, I think.
2020. So.
Dirk says, I think we have shit from when Trump was in office before. He says, quote, we have it all. So I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me if he did a dragnet during his first term of all kinds of crazy information and secured it somewhere. So I hope that's true, Dirk. It makes sense. He had theoretically, means of getting access to this all before. So it wouldn't surprise me if there were copies made and put in places for safekeeping, et cetera, to be released if, under circumstances. Hopefully we have backups. Jones thinks that there was backups all over the place, too.
That's 5 years ago, almost 5 years ago. And this is all news. So if you want it, here it is. And it's their big joke on her. They just took out, see, it's all redacted. And now it's just unredacted, but it's only 20-something pages. When I said 800, 900 pages, I'm not joking. In fact, Chase, just stop it. I don't need to prove this. We've been through this years ago. It's just ridiculous. But I'm going to shoot a more professional reporter, serious one on this. So I kind of wanted to just show people what we're talking about here.
Total clown show.
Hiya, Georgie.
As you
Oh, man. Frustrating. I really wanted to get some new information out of this. Apparently, we're getting nothing out of this. No new information yet, at least. Here's more about, with Jones talking about Pam Bondi saying the FBI lied to her and what's going on with that whole situation.
Released the letter publicly to Kash Patel saying, you told me this was everything. We have whistleblowers inside, of course, the Southern District of New York. And you've heard they've been refusing. They've been stonewalling. They've had to fire a bunch of them. A bunch of others have resigned. And then high-level FBI agents were watching them go into the siloed areas and destroy stuff. So she puts out the letter ordering the FBI director to give it to her now. The war against the globalists has now exploded spectacularly. The globalist pedophile rings have been driven out into the sunlight and have been caught destroying massive CIA, Mossad, MI6 pedophile information. And everything we do here on the air and the attacks that we recommend within 24 hours are being implemented word for word by the White House that has us up in the Situation Room 24 hours a day.
Damn. YouTube's going to love this episode, huh?
I got that directly from the big guy, and I ain't talking about
Cass. What's up, Cass? And Bryce.
Pam Bondi, 30 minutes
Trapper.
ago,
Good to see you guys.
released the letter publicly to Kash Patel saying, you told me this was everything. We have whistleblowers inside, of course, the Southern District of New York. That's the real brains of the operation. They keep it out of D.C. The persecution goes on in D.C. mainly. They do a lot of persecution on Southern District as well, Patriots, but the mothership is there in New York. And you've heard they've been refusing. They've been stonewalling. They've had to fire a bunch of them. A bunch of others have resigned. And then high-level FBI agents were watching them go into the siloed areas and destroy stuff. So she puts out the letter ordering the FBI director to give it to her now, by tomorrow morning. And so right now, it is just crazy town going on in the Southern District of New York. FBI, huge building full of them. And now this. Representative Ogles moves to block FBI from shredding Epstein files. Representative from Tennessee is drafting the Preventing Epstein Document Obliteration Act, PEDO Act.
Oh my God. The PEDO Act. The Preventing Epstein Documentation Obliteration Act, PEDO Act. Fucking genius. That's right, Sin Lu Wu. I agree. Shut down the whole New York field office. Trapper 220 saying careful this week and next week seems MK Ultra is in swing for the libs of TikTok. What do you mean? What do you mean by that? Please elaborate in the chat. Happy to hear your thoughts. Thanks again for being here and good to see you, Trapper.
To stop the FBI from losing, in quotes, Epstein files, Ogle's bill comes after reports the FBI may be, they are, quietly destroying key records, potentially interfering with the FBI Director Cashwell's work. He's also ordered to clear any legal roadblocks standing in the way of releasing Epstein's client list and other files. Meanwhile, the House just launched a new task force led by Representative Anna Paulina Luna of Florida.
I don't know about that Chrome industry. They're pretty liberal over on Long Island, aren't they? I could probably hit Long Island with a lacrosse ball from here. But I don't know about that. They're pretty lib out there if I'm correct. I hope I'm wrong.
To push for total declassification. Sounds like some people really don't want this information seeing the light of day. Here is Congressman Ogles talking about it.
Mama Hood.
A lot of chatter regarding the Epstein files. Now, this is what you need to know. So I wrote a letter to the Attorney General in support of what she's doing, but also to create a mechanism so they can be released and preserved. So what is it? It's called the PEDO Act.
The PEDO Act. And real quick, we know Mama Hood from over at Dark Side Radio with Darth Jason. If you guys haven't tuned in there before, make sure to go subscribe. Excellent way to unwind after a long day of work and chaos. Just chilling out with the Dark Siders, listening to good music, having fun over there. Big shout out to Dark Side Radio, Darth Jason. Always good to see you, Mama Hood. Thanks so much for tuning in. Hope you have a good shift today.
Preventing Epstein document obliteration. And what we don't want is the deep state to protect their own. So I'm working with the Attorney General. We've got legislation being drafted to make sure that the truth is released because we know the truth is out there.
Pam Bondi and Kash Patel and the whistleblowers they have, and she's now confirmed this, have been stonewalled, and the Democrat deep state FBI was trying to hide this stuff in the Southern District of New York. There's a good chance they've destroyed most of it.
Yeah, they've probably destroyed a lot of it. And sorry to hear that, Jay Monty. Rest in peace to your three good friends, your brothers in arms, I'm assuming. Rough stuff, man. We got your back, though. We're here for you.
Or all of it. They now have sent loyal to America FBI into the Southern District. This is a giant scandal. And grab the material today. It's being taken to D.C. right now. And who knows what they're going to be able to retrieve. And so there was so much heat on them to release this that they released, it looks like the same flight logs, but unredacted, and a little bit of a list of people he'd met. It's not a client list. So it looks like what we got in court documents years ago, that's what they're saying, is now just going to be unredacted. So we already had the names. Now I have their phone numbers. So
Peg Ram.
Yeah, everybody that he had in his phone book is not screwing kids.
Right.
But the media, as I predicted, is already going, look, Trump's name's in there. Yeah, it's thousands and thousands of names. So the Attorney General is now revealing thousands of Epstein files still withheld by SDNY, Southern District of New York, set for DOJ delivery tomorrow after select conservative granted early access to Epstein files. And Posobuk's now gone through it. He said it's unredacted stuff we already had.
Thanks, Trapper. I'll look into that.
So I understand why this is happening, 98% chance. And it's because, do you think the outgoing FBI director who's been caught running J6 and lying to Congress and everything else?
Yeah, especially if you actually saw what was going on, Snarl, for sure. I bet there's a lot of people in the contact book who never went to the island or anything like that as well, though. So yeah, my name is not on that list. Fuck yeah, Jay Monty. Neither is mine, bro. Neither is mine. But before we actually determine who was there, we need to be careful about, automatically assuming everybody on the contact list is pure evil. It's so fucked up, man. We're never going to be able to figure out all this stuff.
Do you think Ray or any of these people were not going to have that stuff destroyed? And then they're waiting for Pam Bondi coming in. They're like, oh, yes, here's the file the director had. And it's all the stuff we already had. The decoy. That's what happened here.
Awesome masks,
and
Mama Hood.
That's obvious. You have this high-level whistleblower inside, tells another well-known whistleblower, O'Boyle we had on yesterday, that they have the names, they know where it is. They told them days ago, they've gone in now, and sure enough, they're finding the siloed computers and files.
Donna!
But what do you think they left in there? Stuff that doesn't matter. Or every document that's got Donald Trump's name in it.
Right.
A woman found an address book on a New York City sidewalk in the 90s. Here's what we figured out. Belonged to Jeffrey Epstein. So, the deep state isn't going to give up.
I can't howl yet, Mama Mac. As soon as I'm ready, we'll give a howl for the pack.
So easily.
Voice isn't there yet.
And the fact that Bondi said, look, there's a whole bunch of other stuff, and we're still getting more stuff. And people are like, okay, give it to us specifically. So she tells the press when she gives them the information, no, we just found a bunch of stuff in New York. I like that. So we're finding out within days as they find out what's going on, and they understand the public wants this.
Isn't it interesting how many stories we do tell? And they all turn out to be true.
Let's check in with Ian Carroll. He had a pretty good takeover here. Reposting a post from Liz Wheeler. He says, don't blindly believe Liz, but this sums up what seems to be happening right now. Unless Bondi or Cash are compromised, then it's a whole different story. But anyone who understands the story should have expected this to get far dirtier than this. This is the most powerful criminal organization in the world, with untold leverage over a huge portion of our government. They will fight to their last breath to prevent full release. They will do false flag terror attacks to prevent full release. He says, I personally believe they would sooner set off a suitcase nuke in D.C. than allow the full release. This is the important part. The downstream effects of full release of this story could lead to the end of Israel 10 years down the line or even sooner. Think about what they're willing to do to prevent that. And that's the thing, is like all these people, a whole bunch of people are like major Israel first type people that are involved with supposedly opening up and getting the release of this information. He continues, patience, vigilance, discernment, and don't trust anyone trust anyone inside or with access. I'm judging based solely on actions at this point. So he reposted Liz Wheeler here, who says, this is the story. President Trump and AG Pam Bondi committed to releasing the Epstein files. The FBI was told to deliver the files to Bondi. They did. About 200 pages. Bondi smelled a rat because there was nothing juicy in the 200 pages, just flight logs and a Rolodex of phone numbers. No, quote, smoking gun. Rolodexes. Pretty cool. Rolodex. You guys remember the Rolodex? When was the last time you saw a legitimate Rolodex? Still, Bondi promised to release the documents, so she prepared a binder of them. Then, last night, a whistleblower contacted Bondi and revealed that the Southern District of New York was hiding potentially thousands of Epstein files, defying Bondi's order to give them all to her. We're talking recordings, evidence, etc. The juicy stuff. Names. These swamp creatures at SDNY deceived Bondi, Cash, and you. be outraged that the binder is boring. You should be, because the evil deep state lied to your face. The binder is powerful because it's tangible physical evidence of the disgusting stunt Southern District of New York tried to pull. Bondi is now demanding all the Epstein evidence from Southern District of New York, plus an investigation into the persons who committed this act of defiance. The legacy media has betrayed you again and again and again. They lie to you. They smear you. They gaslight you. They deserve no special access to real-time exposure of corruption because they played a role in covering it up in the first place. You are the media, Elon said. Yes, we are. So celebrate the regular people that the regular people are being given access to the most powerful people in our country to report on the despicable corruption as it's being uncovered in real time. So that's one of the cool things that they did bring, like lowly pedestrian, civilians like Savannah Hernandez and libs of TikTok in to be the people to help break this. Just unfortunate that it ended up being a Nothingburger. She continues, and be very, very angry that the deep state agents in the swamp at SDNY are at this very moment defying President Trump and AG Bondi and you, who voted him into office, lying and hiding the truth about Jeffrey Epstein because they don't want their own corruption and weaponization of government exposed. That's the story. Yeah, it seems pretty realistic to me. Hugo Vale says people on Epstein's files are the most well-connected individuals on the planet. They're all billionaires. Not all of them, but they're billionaires. Royals have connections to Mossad and Israel. They thought they owned the world and get away with anything. We have to make an example out of these files of pedo nature. Posting this picture, they'll blow up the planet before showing you my list of friends. Here we have CanCon at CanCon Actual posting this. This is interesting. Maureen Comey, the daughter of former FBI Director James Comey, who's under investigation for his honeypot operations against the sitting president back in 2016 and 2017, is an assistant U.S. attorney in SDNY, specializing in high-profile federal criminal cases. Here are the details. Key details about her career. Prosecutorial roles in major cases. She was the lead prosecutor in Ghislaine Maxwell's trial. She played a pivotal role in securing Maxwell's conviction for sex trafficking minors, countering conspiracy theories about her involvement due to her father's prominence. During closing arguments, she emphasized Maxwell's direct knowledge of Jeffrey Epstein's crimes, stating, quote, "The case is about that woman. She was in the room, so of course she knew." Epstein case involvement. She co-led the federal sex trafficking prosecution against Jeffrey Epstein prior to his death in 2019. So, what's up with that? Was the FBI involved with, shutting down and preventing the details from coming out originally? Clearly, obviously, allegedly they were. Flynn saying, get the names of the guilty. That should be easy. Do not fire them. Publicly arrest them. Give the whistleblowers a medal and a bonus. Release every single file now, and do not hold back on any of the information except the victims' identities. Shut down SDNY completely. They are absolutely worthless. I agree. I Love America News says General Flynn gets it. As he says, the Satanist pedophile assholes will have soon their day. And that is why they are so afraid of me. Have a nice day. I hope this actually turns into something. Let's jump over here to Ian Carroll, who put a video out analyzing the situation, saying Epstein documents were released in the worst way possible. But here's my most balanced possible take on the situation. Hopefully this fumble is not indicative of what's to come, but it ain't looking great. And P.S., access is a hell of a drug. Access is indeed a hell of a drug. Laura Loomer, they weren't released, though. We were all lied to. It was a photo op. And he's like, I know. That's what the whole video is about. Watch the video, Laura.
Holy shit, they actually just released the Epstein files. They just put them all online, unredacted, and now we have all the information. Not. What they decided to do instead is to have a private meeting with a bunch of very mainstream conservative influencers in the White House where they gave them all binders of the current first phase.
Sorry to interrupt. We had a mega Rumble rant dropped on the chat by none other than Big as Life. What's up, Biggs? Missed you, buddy. I missed you too, my friend. Sorry again for the absence. I pointed out earlier and showed the evidence as I skimmed through my Google Doc with all my information. I've been collecting the news every day since I was unable to talk. So it's not like I was slacking on you guys, just so you know. I was ready to go as soon as my voice came back. So boom, big as life missed you too, my friend. Thank you so much for being a constant or consistent supporter of the broadcast. You do indeed rock, as Skunk71 said. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you, and glad you're still enjoying the broadcast.
Of disclosure. And now everything is going crazy. I'm going to try to not be super sassy and to actually give a balanced take on this one. First off, why is it not online in PDF format first right now already so that everyone can look at the information and understand what's going on and everyone can dig in? I'm assuming that that is going to be happening today or tomorrow, and that this was just like, this wasn't an arranged meeting. These cameras were for a different thing, and they happened to catch these guys all walking out of the Oval Office. And so they kind of got ambushed by a bunch of media that was there for Keir Starmer.
Yeah, so this was not like in a planned photo op, but they like saw the cameras and they held up the documents. I would have been like covering my face, hiding that shit. They just told you not to flaunt it.
And so this was not supposed to be
super disrespectful to the president.
Sort of a thing right now, but it is. So a little bit of grace that maybe the PDFs are coming, maybe it is all going online, and that this is more of just a formality, like a way of symbolizing that we want the new media involved in the case.
I like that take. I hope it's true. It is good that we're getting new media in and pushing out the old media. There was a story about that a couple days ago that I wanted to cover that I was unable to cover as well. How the Trump White House took control of the White House, of the press corps, which had been run by this independent group of media outlets before deciding who can be in the press corps and everything like that. Fuck that. We're done playing by your rules. So I'm really glad that we got control of the White House press corps now, and we'll be bringing in new blood. It's going to be awesome.
Which is a great look. Can't help but point out, though, that the new media that they chose, while some, there's a number of personalities here, like there's Scott Pressler, I notice. I'm not really familiar with this woman's work at all. I know that Liz
Wheeler, she was on One America News for a while. She's got a lot of good takes, a lot of takes that I also really don't like as well. So she's hit or miss, but the type of person that we do want there. So I like that.
Posobiec is involved. Then there's DC Drano and Chaya Rich.
I don't trust DC
whatever
Drano.
Her name is. These two. And those two are both super Zionist, pro-Israel folk, which is okay. You can believe that if you want to believe that, but probably not the best people to represent disclosure when one of the primary questions that everyone has is exactly how much involvement did Israel have in this, because we all know that Jeffrey Epstein was working for Israel. So we probably don't want a bunch of Israel apologists in charge of the only copies of the documents that the public is getting.
Right. And that's a for as amazing as Kash Patel is, as amazing as Dan Bongino is, they're also like huge Israel proponents, which may compromise their judgment on this particular topic, unfortunately. Either that or this information comes out and it makes them question their previous beliefs about Israel, which would be the optimal result.
Like if you read through Chaya's page, it's literally just a whole bunch of Israeli Hasbara retweeted for your propaganda consumption. And if you don't know what Hasbara is, you should search Frank Lunt's Israel Project and you'll find the 2009 Global Language Dictionary, which was part of a massive propaganda campaign that they orchestrated in 08-09, and they had one of the absolute grandmasters of corporate propaganda write them a guide for how Israelis should represent themselves to the world so that they trick everyone into having the best possible opinion of bombing children. It's a crazy document. You will see, it will expose so much of the language around the Israeli position in clear propaganda speak. When you search DC Drano's account for anything like Israel, it's a similar story. That being said, Posobiec's reporting on the Israel situation is a little more balanced. I'm not super familiar with his stances on it, but he seems, when you scroll his page and search for Israel, he seems to at least be reporting on both sides of the thing, not just reporting atrocities from one side, but atrocities from both sides. So the whole ordeal is a really bad look. And I think I've probably got more grace than most people in this world for it being a complicated thing, and it's going to take time to release the documents. They're not just in one place, in one box that they can just put them all online. They have to do investigations into finding all the documents that are scattered across these intelligence agencies. They have to vet them and make sure that that material has not been added to discredit them, subtracted to obscure them. It is complicated, and I understand that it will take time to release them all. And I also understand that this is not the way that they wanted this situation to be covered in the press. They didn't want it to be exposed right away, that they'd given out these binders, and maybe they are going to be releasing it all online in digital format for all of us in the coming days. That's damn well expected. But there are a few key takeaways that are just good for us all to absorb and understand. And one is that we need to be holding our government to account. Just because they say nice things does not mean they're going to do nice things. And we need to be paying attention and hold them to their word. Secondly, and far more subtly and importantly, is blackmail we all think of as being what you do when you get someone caught on video or recording doing something really bad that they wouldn't want released, and then you can blackmail them by telling them, do what I want, say what I want, or else I'm going to release this blackmail. But there is a far more important and subversive type of influence that is similar to blackmail that we all need to be aware of, because it happens on our side, to our heroes, to people in this industry, right in front of our eyes every day. See if you can catch it in this clip from Jack Posobiec.
The big pieces of this, and we didn't even realize that this was going to happen. I didn't realize this was going to happen.
hate it.
Tell us beforehand. But A.G. Bondi, Pam Bondi, and congratulations to her, thanks to her, a hero, a patriot, a stalwart defender of transparency, and by the way, someone who puts the actual interests of victims first and foremost in everything that she does, as well as the well-being of the American people and those who have been affected by heinous crimes like that of Jeffrey Epstein.
All right, a couple things.
He said heinous, so I'm going to tell you again. My one of my roommates back in college, his Xbox gamer tag was heinous anus. I thought it was hilarious.
We're not putting Palestinian victims first, but let's not get into that right now. That's not the point. Did you notice the thing? It's very subtle.
Your phalanges.
One of the most powerful mechanisms of control in politics, not as strong as blackmail, but far more common and far easier to leverage, completely legal, is access. Access is the bread and butter of political deal making, especially when you're talking about the media. And it is access to the president, access to his cabinet that administrations have been leveraging in order to control the media for decades. And this is no different. And so you notice that Jack has a lot of very nice things to say about Pam Bondi. And I would have some great things to say about her too. I think that in my limited understanding of her career and who she is,
hell of a drug.
She seems pretty dope in a lot of regards. But remember,
she was not dope when she tried to take away, to push red flag laws down in Florida, which I think passed. So we take the guns and we do due process later. And hopefully Trump knows better than that now. Taking people's guns away as a result of preemptive accusations of potential future actions, that's Minority Report shit. That's not how it works. And so Trump experienced this himself, semi-recently in his first term when General Milley, it passed that exactly. General Milley usurped the nuclear codes from Trump based on what he thought dangerous actions that Trump might take. That's not how it works. Preemptively taking away people's weapons is not okay, whether it's guns in the hands of civilians who have not been convicted of anything, or whether it's nuclear codes from the hands of a president who has not been convicted of anything. So hopefully after Milley usurped the nuclear codes, Trump understands that you can't preemptively take away people's weapons.
Guys and the girls getting access to this administration are hamstrung, because if they were to truly report in an unbiased way on this administration and to criticize this administration's flaws and to actually talk some shit when it's due, that access would probably not continue. And that is unfortunately just the nature of politicians and how they think, especially someone like Donald Trump. So remember, whoever they're giving access to, you inherently cannot trust to report accurately on them. And until we see administrations and politicians in general shift this culture of access-only journalism back to what journalism is supposed to be, which is holding the powerful to account and the powerful welcoming that accounting and transparency in, it's not exactly the most transparent administration in American history. That said, I'm staying optimistic. I'm wishing all the best for all the influencers that got these binders, and I hope that they do the right thing and report honestly and openly. Even Chaya and DC Drano, I know I talked a little shit on you guys. I have a different perspective on the world than you. That's okay. I don't mean to say that you're evil people. I just mean to say that I hope that your reporting on the issues is not colored by your personal perspectives, and instead you report the facts and only the facts and are not covering up or hiding things.
Hopefully the facts will cause them to reevaluate their personal beliefs. You know, that would be the optimal outcome. You need to take pride in being wrong and learn, you know, that being wrong is a gift that'll push you closer to the truth when you figure it out.
I'm not saying that I think that everything's going to go amazing. I'm not saying that I think we're going to get all the answers. I'm just saying that I hope that we do. And I hope that everyone proceeds in the most righteous and ethical way possible.
Chrome Industry saying locking in daylight savings time passes the House. No more changing clocks soon. So we're going to stay on daylight savings time permanently. Like this soon, when we push the clocks ahead, that it'll stay like that. That would be the optimal situation. In my opinion. Chrome Industry, thanks for the update, bro. Very, very good news. I like that. Boom. All right, so interesting take from Ian Carroll over there. Let's jump over to the next one. We have the General at General MC News. Breaking: social media influencers who received Epstein binder were caught posting identical messages, making it seem like a coordinated advertisement. You can see DC Drano posting it here. And here's Chad Prather posting the exact same thing, except didn't include a new paragraph, like didn't hit enter after files over here. What the hell? DC Drano says, I wrote that post myself. Nobody gave us those. This is new since I grabbed this, at least. Nobody gave us those talking points. This is good to know. This is an important update. He says, I can't help it if others shared it. And I saw Chad Prather over here. He had posted saying, yes, I copied and pasted it. Before he had posted as a reply to one of these things. Let's see, over here. Yeah, this one. He said, nope, I copied the info and pasted it and added my extra line. Simple as that. No messaging, my fault. So this is good. This is good. This is being debunked here. Lifetime. I said, copy the info from whom? And why didn't you provide credit to the author? Plagiarism. And sketchy as fuck. Who does that, man? I would never take somebody else's full tweet and post it as if I had written it with no quotation marks or something like that. It's stupid, man. It's plagiarism. It's not cool. So here he is clarifying on the original post by what's his face over here, at least, the General, saying that he did copy it from DC Drano with the intention of it being used as a quote. Add fucking quotation marks then, dude. There was no messaging. I'm just now realizing the quote and edit wasn't what got posted. My fault 100%. So good to know. Gypsy. To be clear, you can't write your own post on social media, but the AG and the FBI are comfortable handing you paperwork from the largest human trafficking crimes in modern history. Got it. Oh, man. Well, yeah, you should have just written your own fucking post, man, instead of creating a situation to cause all this confusion. So Stu Peters, love him, hate him. He could be right about this. I think he's overly racist and disrespectful, but at the same time right about a lot of stuff. And it's interesting that he made this new documentary called Occupied about Israel's occupation of the U.S. government and everything. And nobody else would cover it. Even InfoWars wouldn't play it. Apparently he had been scheduled to be interviewed by people other hosts on InfoWars and Alex Jones, and he had posted that Alex Jones told them to cancel the interview to promote his documentary, Occupied, I believe it's called. So I'm going to talk about it because it's probably a really good documentary. I saw a thing where he was promoting it, and it looks legit. It looks super legit. Doesn't mean I agree with Stu Peters when he says racist, stupid shit, but it's probably right about Israel, generally speaking. Speaking of Israel, generally speaking, and the whole Epstein situation, I saw this post from Khaleesi over here from Rick Wiles. This guy looks like maybe like a, I don't know exactly who he is, but listen to what he says. It's probably true.
And our leaders are low-life scum that screw little girls so the Jews can screw America. That's what's happening in this country. I just said it. That's what's going on in this country. And our FBI is corrupt. The Supreme Court is corrupt. The Justice Department is corrupt. The news media is corrupt. The whole country is corrupt. Because we've walked away from Almighty God and we've allowed Kabbalah-practicing Jews to defile the nation.
Right. So not all Jews. I would have said Israel or, Kabbalah-practicing Jews or something specifically. Not all Jews, to clarify. But it is the Jewish mafia, seemingly, that orchestrates these blackmail operations with people like Jeffrey Epstein and everything like that.
Put that video out. Go ahead and clip this video and send it out. I dare you. You won't do it because you're scared that the truth may get out to the American people. I'm had it up to here with the corruption in this country. Little children being raped for the benefit of Israel.
Yep.
That's all it's about, Doc. Little American children being raped for the benefit of Israel. American politicians raping little American girls to be videotaped by Israeli Mossad so that Israel can blackmail American politicians. That's the state of America today. God ought to destroy this country for what we've become.
Brutal, man. Brutal. Probably true, sadly, unfortunately. It's fucked up, man. Super fucked up. Let's see. What do I have next over here? Post from Lauren Witzke. Not familiar with who this is, but Lauren Witzke, DE. She says they literally hid everything that implicated Mossad's connection in the Jeffrey Epstein case. Get outraged. And here's one of the various documents that just to request analytical assistance regarding redacted. An ongoing federal investigation has revealed that redacted. Like everything's just redacted. We need unredacted stuff. Kravitz. What's up, Kravitz? Good to see you. And wow, the audience didn't just all leave after I played that video from Rick Wild or what, Rick whatever, about the Jews. So thanks for not abandoning me after that. But Mossad, Israel, at the center of all this. The center of all of this. Cass Rumble says, love Witzke. Good to know. I'm unfamiliar with her, but I followed her after seeing this post. So super, super sketchy. All right, we covered the Comey connection. Here's Alina Habba, dropping bombshells saying she fully expects criminal charges as the Epstein files come out. Unfortunately, we didn't get any new information, but it seems like there will be a lot more. So
Jeffrey Epstein files, we're told, are to be imminently unleashed. And already we saw the Attorney General Pam Bondi say that it's the scale of what happened is far worse than anyone realized. Well over 200, maybe 250 victims.
That's like, she says, 250 victims. Way worse than anybody realized. To me, that seems like a very lowball number. I was expecting thousands. Tens of thousands of victims. I'm sure there are. So just the idea that she said 200 plus victims, that in itself makes me super suspicious. Super duper suspicious. Kravitz says, I heard he was Israeli Secret Service, Epstein. he was definitely Mossad, in my opinion, different than Secret Service. So we have the FBI and the CIA. FBI is the domestic intelligence operation, and CIA is the international version. Israel has Shin Bet and Mossad. The Shin Bet is their like FBI domestic version, and the Mossad is their international version. So he was at least Mossad for sure, Kravitz. I don't know anything about the Israeli Secret Service.
And that we're going to get information either later today or tomorrow from these files. What can you tell me about that?
I believe it will be today. I was just with, I saw Pam and Cash in the White House just before coming on your show. And I can tell you that I haven't been privy to it yet, but I know it is coming out. They will be taking portions of it. We have to be patient. And I said this last night at a dinner with some media. And I said, I think America needs to remember one thing. We are going to be promises made, promises kept. But when you're dealing with victims, and by the way, this is a perfect example of a case that was vetted, that went through trial, that had testimony, and was prosecuted the right way. I don't preemptively attack. That's just not the way I operate. But in this case, in Epstein's case, it is incredibly disturbing. We have flight logs, we have information, names that will come out.
Is it going to be shocking?
I don't see how it's not shocking that there were so many individuals that were hidden and kept secret and not been held accountable. Let's talk about the reverse. I believe in accountability. So you have to now
I was wondering what was
go
going
through
on,
your
Mama Mac.
process. Now, I won't say they're guilty until they go through their time in court. But again, now it's time for accountability. We have seen for so many years, Pierce, in this country, many investigations, subpoenas, testimonies in Congress, et cetera, et cetera. But there's a general frustration with accountability. We take it halfway, we don't take it home. And I really believe that now with Cash and Pam, there will be accountability.
And we know that only one person so far has actually gone to prison over that whole scandal. It was Ghislaine Maxwell, the former lover of Jeffrey Epstein. No man so far has actually been put in prison as a result of what happened. Do you think by releasing information from these files, we are likely to see criminal actions being taken?
Absolutely.
Really?
I think it would be negligent for us not to. You have to hold individuals who are indeed rapists accountable. We have to have them tried, in my opinion. And I do believe in that. You know, nobody should be just dismissed. You have to have your time in court and your case will be heard. But to hide lists, to protect political friends, all of that, we don't have time for that.
Yep. Agreed. We also have Anna Paulina Luna saying she still has not received any Epstein docs over there. And this was before what came out, but this article basically says, don't expect much because you're not getting anything new out of this. So she was right, seems. Here's her post saying, I nor the task force were given or reviewed the Epstein documents being released today. New York Post story revealed that the documents will simply be Epstein's phone book. This is not what we or the American people asked for, and a complete disappointment. Get us the information we asked for. For real. Give us the real shit. We also got some funny memes regarding the whole thing. Got the Island Boys over here. Of course, we're talking about Bill Clinton and Bill Gates on the Epstein Island. Hopefully they both get arrested bigly as a result of future information, which they're hopefully acquiring today/tomorrow, which hopefully will come out. I also saw this one, which I thought was funny. You guys know the meme. We got Michelle and Barack, Michael and Barack. Michael thinking he's probably thinking about Diddy, and Obama also thinking he's probably thinking about Diddy. So brutal. I also saw this post, which I thought was funny, from Matt Van Swole saying Pam Bondi should give the Epstein files to Ricky Gervais and have him present them at the Oscars tonight. It would be the most watched event in human history. Imagine Ricky Gervais going up at the Oscars and calling out the criminal pedophiles, which would be nuts. I saw this post also from War Clandestine, which I thought made a lot of sense over here at War Clandestine. Senator Blackburn with an important update about the Epstein files. She says this will be a, quote, phase 1 release and that there will be more to come. This confirms my thinking that this will be a spaced out declass process to maximize exposure and public comprehension. There are different benefits for, boom, just release everything at once. Obviously, that's what we all want. It would cause a big, huge thing, but then who knows how long it'll stay in the news. If you do a semi-protracted, step-by-step declass, it'll guarantee it's in the news, just hammering over and over repeatedly. So, and acclimating the public to the more hardcore stuff. So he continues over here. This process will be done in digestible chunks. I understand many of you don't like this idea and you want it all right now, but this is how it's going to happen regardless of what you want. Just keep in mind that whatever information we get today or in the near future, there will be more information down the road. This will be a normalization process, not a Band-Aid rip. Band-Aid rip would be nice, but at the same time, it is important to acclimate the public to really understand what's going on, and that may involve incremental release of information, unfortunately.
You said you're going to release what you know. What can you tell us?
Yes, indeed, and I've been so pleased that AG Bondi and Director Patel have worked with me on this. As she said, we have to make certain that these victims, and it is over 250, that their names are redacted, they are protected. And Maria, this is going to be a phase 1 release in short order. I will have the hard copy in my hand. AG Bondi is responsible for what will be the public release on this. She has worked diligently on this and so appreciative that we can begin to get this information, that we can begin to break apart what became a global human trafficking, sex trafficking ring, about $150 billion a year business. It is time to get some justice for these victims, for these women and children, and this will be a phase 1 release. There will be more to come.
That is
interesting stuff. Tweet, what are you doing down there? Flapping around by my feet, you little tweet. We also had Anna Paulina Luna post this yesterday, which was highly disturbing to me, saying, my office just received a formal response from the DOJ on the Jeffrey Epstein, JFK, MLK, and RFK files. Read below. This is insane. This is a lot of words to literally say nothing. Let's open this in a new tab so I can zoom in a little bit for you guys so we can all see it. This is insane. Dear Chairwoman Luna, thank you for your letters to the Department of Justice Department, dated February 11th, 2025 and February 19th. We are sending an identical response to the other member who joined your letters. Loki, what are you doing? In your letters, you requested briefings about any documents in the department's possession relating to the investigation and prosecution of Jeffrey Epstein and about the declassification of records regarding the assassinations of President John F. Kennedy, Senator Robert F. Kennedy, the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., pursuant to Executive Order 14176. You also requested written confirmation of the date and location to those records' release. Yeah, she fucking knows that. She made the request. So thanks for summing it up. Kind of pointless. Why did you even bother doing that? Then he goes on. The integrity of criminal investigations and prosecutions is essential to every component of the department's mission to uphold the rule of law, keep our nation safe, and protect civil rights. The department remains committed to meeting its legal record-keeping obligations as it pursues that mission. We are reviewing your requests and looking forward to engaging further to accommodate your oversight and legislative needs. We hope this information is helpful. It's not helpful. That you literally said nothing. You literally said nothing. Please do not hesitate to contact this office. Patrick Davis. Who the fuck is this guy? And why is he saying nothing? Oh, man. Super, super frustrating. Oh, I thought I had this on screen. Here's the full thing. Sorry about that. All right, let's move on to some different topics before we wrap it up. Basically a fuck you letter. Yeah, Donna. Literally saying nothing. I'm responding to let you know that we will respond in the future. Basically, we're reviewing your requests and looking forward to engaging further. Like, okay, then why even bother saying anything? Just it's so ridiculous, man. So let's jump over to some more topics. Hopefully we get more Epstein stuff sooner than later. If not, we're going to unleash holy hell against this cover-up, if it ends up being a cover-up. Trump, Zelensky, defense for minerals, the art of the fair deal. I do not like this. As Americans grow weary of sending tens of billions of dollars to Ukraine to fund its defense, President Trump has offered President Zelensky a fair deal. Zelensky would receive financial support, and the U.S. would gain access to rare earth minerals, crucial for national security. We already gave him support. We should not give him any more support. Man, no more support. So highly frustrating. This deal benefits both the U.S. and Europe by bringing the supply chain closer to home, taking it out of China's hands. That's good. But we already gave him billions and billions of dollars, so we should just take access. This guy's a fucking dictator. He's not even a legitimate president. It's insane. Also provides Zelensky the money he needs to continue the war. No, we shouldn't be doing that at all, even as Europe scrambles to find the cash to replace U.S. support. You can probably hear my voice is already starting to give a little bit. So let's just stop with the Ukraine stuff entirely. Let's jump over to the next one. Draining the swamp. President Trump formally instructs all federal agencies to prepare for large-scale bureaucracy cuts by March 13. I like the sound of that. The bloated, inefficient, and corrupt federal bureaucracy is finally facing a long overdue reckoning. President Trump has ordered all federal agencies to prepare for significant reductions in workforce and structural reorganization. According to a newly released memo from OMB, Office of Management and Budget, and OPM, Office of Personnel Management, agencies must submit their initial plans for large-scale reductions in force, RIFs, by March 13th, 2025. This directive is part of Trump's Department of Government Efficiency Workforce Optimization Initiative, an executive order signed on February 11th, 2025, which aims to eliminate waste, bloat, and insularity in Washington's deep state. The federal government, quote, the federal government is costly, ineffective, and deeply in debt. At the same time, it is not producing results for the American people. Instead, tax dollars are being siphoned off to fund unproductive and unnecessary programs that benefit radical interest groups while hurting hardworking American citizens, according to the memo signed by OMB Director Russell T. Vaught. This is the mandate of the American people. Yeah, let's slash and burn. Slash and burn. How about this? We have the CIA coming out and basically threatening to sell information to foreign countries if they get doged. This was from a couple days ago as well, but important nonetheless.
But Intel doesn't like being told what to do. When they saw Musk with the chainsaw doging foreign aid, they started leaking to CNN. If you doge us, there will be consequences. On the CIA's 7th floor, home to top leadership, some officers are also quietly discussing how mass firings and the buyouts already offered to staff risk creating a group of disgruntled former employees who might be motivated to take what they know to a foreign intelligence service. The CIA is telling CNN that if their funding gets cut, they're going to sell state secrets to Russia. Who the hell hired these Benedict Arnolds? The CIA is supposed to be filled with patriots, not sellouts. And the FBI is up to no good, too. Michael Schellenberger is reporting a source inside the FBI says the Bureau is destroying evidence. Now we know what their accomplishments were last week. Dear Elon, I wiped the servers cleaner than crooked.
Now we know what they accomplished last week.
Accomplishments were last week. Dear Elon, I wiped the servers cleaner than crooked.
Damn. Cleaner than crooked Hillary. Sorry, I had to cough there real quick. So this was good, too, from Laura Loomer over here. Happening today between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. Eastern Time. The fired USAID employees have to clean out their desks and vacate the USAID building. Laura Loomer is on the scene. Protesters are clapping as the fired employees leave the building with their suitcases and belongings in the ultimate walk of shame. Suck it, lib shits. Hilarious. Hilarious. Just love it to see it. We also have some interesting information regarding MH370. New search for missing Malaysian Airlines flight MH370 resumes 11 years after the vanishing. Wow. Did not expect that. Looks like somebody's taking Ashton Forbes seriously. The search for the missing Malaysian Airlines flight MH370 has resumed 11 years after the plane went mysteriously missing. As Gateway Pundit previously reported, MH370 was an international flight with 239 passengers that took off from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, and was en route to Beijing, China, but tragically disappeared from all radar systems. Tuesday, Malaysian Transport Minister Anthony Loke announced that exploration firm Ocean Infinity will conduct a new search for the missing airline. Okay, so they're not taking Ashton seriously. They're going to look in the ocean. Look at, what is it, Davis Air Force Base or whatever? Isn't that where it's speculated that it was? So this seems like another waste of time, unfortunately. Damn, man. Damn. If you're going to do it, focus your search in the right place, which is Air Force bases. Justin, federal judge rules against CIA DEA hires, says Trump can fire the employees. That's good. That's good. Federal judge Thursday ruled against CIA employees who sued Trump admin to keep their jobs. He's the executive. He can fucking fire you. Get used to it. Get used to it. Earlier this month, Judge Trenga, an appointee of George W. Bush, will do Crow Ministry. I'll look up that Massey thing. If Massey has voted in favor of grabbing guns, disavow for sure. Anybody that's coming against guns, I don't like that. I don't like that. So I will indeed look it up. Crow Ministry. I will follow the Kanye advice. So Judge Trenga and a George W. Bush appointee temporarily blocked Trump's move to clean house and intel, specifically targeting agents involved in diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives that have compromised national security. This ruling comes after a group of anonymous intelligence officers who had been temporarily reassigned to roles implementing controversial DEI programs have filed lawsuits against the DNI and the CIA. But now we have a federal judge ruling today that the Trump admin can go ahead with plans to fire dozens of these DEI hires. U.S. District Judge Anthony Trenga said if fairness and morals were the standard on which he had to rule, he might have delivered a different decision. What are you fucking talking about? But the law dictates otherwise. It's not fairness to give preferential treatment to minorities. Give everybody the same treatment. And same with morals. Morals dictate a meritocracy. No special benefits for any subgroup based on immutable characteristics. Quote, they had the misfortune of being last assigned to a DEI program, he said, calling it a difficult situation. Well, if they went along with it, kind of says all we need to know about them. So, bye-bye. Bye-bye. We also have the Tate brothers now heading to Florida after Romanian authorities finally lift their travel ban. Good news for them. Tate brothers heading to the United States. Andrew and Tristan Tate facing charges including human trafficking in Romania were cleared by Romanian authorities to leave the country. Isn't Romania like a human trafficking capital of the world? And with their government allegedly being involved, a little bit of hilarious irony to cast the blame at the Tate brothers for human trafficking in Romania, of all places. So today, Romania's anti-organized crime agency, DICOT, said that prosecutors have approved a, quote, request to modify the obligation preventing the defendants from leaving Romania. However, judicial controls will remain in place. At least they're able to leave. So that's good. I would not go back there anytime soon. We also have some bizarre information about Hollywood actor, A-lister Gene Hackman and his wife found dead in alleged double suicide. Was Mr. Hackman on the list? This was the initial information. I've subsequently seen information suggesting that it may have been carbon monoxide poisoning Oscar-winning actor Gene Hackman, wife and dog found dead in their home in New Mexico. That carbon monoxide would definitely do that. Kill all living, entities in the house. Esteemed actor known for roles in The French Connection and Unforgiven. Wasn't he in Conspiracy Theory with Mel Gibson and or was it with Will Smith and shit back in the day as well? Gene Hackman, wasn't he like the conspiracy theorist? So I don't know. I kind of doubt that he was involved with Epstein stuff, just considering his involvement in that movie. But that doesn't really mean anything, obviously. Couple's dog also found dead at the scene. Oh, man, hate seeing dead innocent animals. Santa Fe County Sheriff Adon Mendoza confirmed the discovery Thursday midnight, stating there were no immediate signs of foul play. Exact causes of death have not been disclosed, but we do have another story over here saying that they were found effectively mummified, which is a little disturbing. Breaking update. Hackman and wife found mummified in Santa Fe compound. Pills found scattered in bathroom. Ooh. So maybe it was, or maybe who knows? This is so weird, man. This is weird. Chrome Industry. Okay, good to know. Massey's good on guns. That's what I thought. Because he's like basically the new Ron Paul, super constitutional type dude. So good to know. Glad to hear that update. Yeah. So weird stuff over here. Daily Mail Thursday reported that Hackman and his wife were found, quote, mummified. Authorities were unable to immediately identify the bodies because they were poorly decomposed. Daily Mail reported that prescription pills were scattered on the bathroom counter near Arakawa's body. I'm assuming that's his wife. Loki, what are you doing down there, Tweet? Give her a little apple and she goes into exploration mode. Groundskeepers said they hadn't seen the couple in a couple weeks, so rest in peace to them. Sad information. I know a lot of people loved his acting and performances. He was widely respected for being able to play villains and heroes. Full spectrum dominance on the actor front. Cannabis connoisseur, 45 minutes north of you. Man, in the area, huh? Good to see you, by the way. Boom! Cannabis connoisseur. I can actually talk again now, guys, although I can feel my voice starting to fade. Update. Family of Gene Hackman suspects carbon monoxide poisoning caused deaths. Maybe she was handling her pills and was like, from the carbon monoxide and dumped them out all over her and passed out. Carbon monoxide, scary stuff, man. Make sure you have your carbon monoxide alarms active. 2 of 3 dogs alive, 1 found at wife. Oh, man. Brutal, Chrome Industry. Brutal. Dog ate her face, seemingly, allegedly. Nuts. The actor's daughter, Elizabeth Hackman, told TMZ they believe carbon monoxide is to blame. So if one dog arrived over to her and it may have, if she was in an area where the carbon monoxide was building up, that could have affected that one dog and not the others. Silent killer. That's right, cannabis. Weird stuff, man. Rest in peace, and sucks for the family and everybody that loved these people.
One of America's most iconic actors, Gene Hackman, is dead at 95 years old, along with his wife, who was 63 years old. Police say there is no sign of foul play after they were found unresponsive in their Santa Fe home, along with their dog, who was also found dead. Forensic pathologist and Fox News contributor Dr. Michael Baden joins us now. Good morning, Dr. Baden.
Good morning, Ainsley.
Good morning. In all of your experience, what do you think happened?
This sounds typical for accidental carbon monoxide poisoning when a car's motor engine is left on in the attached garage to the house and it isn't properly turned off, so that carbon monoxide comes out of the exhaust, goes into the house, and dogs or any other animals and humans die. They don't feel any pain. They don't know anything's wrong. It's silent carbon monoxide. It's painless, and they just go to sleep. And this is what it sounds like. Could also happen from a boiler that malfunctions and produces carbon monoxide.
Especially considering the dog was also found dead. And then how about the young Michelle tracked...
We need an autopsy, though, a dog autopsy, because if the dog ate a bunch of those pills that were scattered all over the place, that also could have caused the dog's death. Maybe Hackman died. The wife was distraught that her husband and beloved passed away. She killed herself with pills, and the dog came over, ate a bunch of pills, died as well. Who knows? We have no idea what happened. Autopsies. Need autopsies.
Nothingburger. She was only 39 years old. She lived here in New York. She was from Gossip Girl. She was from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And her mom walked into her apartment and found her unresponsive, called 911, and she
another
was
Hollywood death.
Confirmed dead there on the scene. She had a liver transplant not too long ago. Do you think it's from complications?
Well, it could be a complication of a liver malfunctioning. However, the autopsy, which will be done today, will be completed today probably, will immediately tell if there are any other natural deaths that could be causing her death. 39-year-old person can have a ruptured berry aneurysm or some type of natural condition, in addition to the possibility of the liver problem. But they'll also be doing the toxicology, which isn't ready. It won't be completed for a few weeks, perhaps, or shorter, in which to tell if there might be some drug involved also. So they'll know pretty well when the toxicology is finished, whether it's natural or any other condition to do with a medication or a prior liver transplant.
Yeah, it's not being investigated as anything suspicious. Dr. Bodden, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Ainsley.
You're
very weird. Very weird. We also have good news as Steak and Shake abandons seed oils and transitions to tallow. RFK Jr., baby. Healthier fries for everybody. Steak and Shake has introduced a new cooking method for their French fries, switching from seed oils to 100% beef tallow. This change, initially implemented in states like Ohio, Colorado, Florida, Texas, and Oklahoma, is planned to extend all locations by March 1st, 2025. The initiative has received support from RFK Jr., who praised the move as part of his, quote, Maha campaign, highlighting the health benefits of tallow over seed oils. Yeah, they used to say, oh my God, animal fat, it'll clog your heart. Don't eat red meat. Now, that's all bullshit, allegedly. Do your own research, of course. Public response has been largely positive, with many customers expressing excitement about the taste and health implications of the change. Yeah. However, there are criticisms regarding the potential health risks associated with increased saturated fat intake from tallow. Bullshit. They don't want you eating fat because your brain is composed mostly of fat, and they don't want you thinking. They don't want you capable of understanding their bullshit. Despite these concerns, the general sentiment among consumers appears to favor Steak and Shake's decision, with many planning to support the chain by visiting to try the new fries. If I had one around, I would. For sure. And, the potential health risks associated with saturated fat intake from tallow are dwarfed. They're nothing compared to the risks of seed oils, in my opinion. Weird. Kennedy deleted a post that was reposted by Steak and Shake. I'm going to give Steak and Shake a follow right now for Maha. Yeah, baby. Steak and Shake COO, we RFK'd our fries. They're so much better. Same fry cooked in beef tallow is crispier. It's golden brown. It's absolutely delicious. Let's check out this clip.
Steak and Shake says all locations will be, quote, RFK'd as they swap vegetable oil for a healthier beef tallow to cook their iconic shoestring fries. Steak and Shake Chief Operations Officer Daniel Edwards joins us right now from Texas. So, Daniel, you're really shaking it up with this beef tallow thing. Was this at the behest of Bobby Kennedy Jr., or have you been thinking about this for a while?
We've actually been thinking about this for a while. Our owner, my boss, is a man named Sardar Biglari, and when he was a little boy, he went to Belgium and had fries and said these are the best fries I've ever had, and they were actually cooked in beef tallow. So he called me one time and said, why should Europeans have better fries than Americans? Like, we need to have the best. Steak and Shake's classic American brand. We can't let anybody beat us. We got to have the best fries. And we wanted to switch, I guess, years ago, but they couldn't get a chemical-free, additive-free, all-natural, pure beef tallow because they...
Think about how fucked up that is. You can't even just get Pure-ass beef tallow, man. They should have gone to fatworks.com. I think those ones are all natural.
Put defoaming agents and things. So he tells me we have to do beef tallow, but we have to do it all natural, no additives, no preservatives.
Yes.
And we found a supplier that could finally do that for us. And he said,
hopefully this is the beginning of a new renaissance of fast food where we clean it up, make it fast, keep it fast, but make it, way healthier than it is right now. Oh, man, that would be so good.
We got to do it. We got to do it everywhere. And so we did.
Okay.
We RFK'd our fries.
Indeed. So all your locations by March 1st are going to have French fries in beef tallow. I know RFK Jr. not a fan of seed oils, but ultimately it comes down to, as you know, Daniel, it comes down to the taste.
Liar to baby.
So does it taste?
It doesn't come down to the taste. It comes down to seed oils ruining your health. That's what it comes down to. Billdozer74 in the chat. Avocado. Glad you're back on. He says, not enough common sense on Rumble in your absence. Common sense was censored. Well, I was gone. Well, common censored was gone. I did my best to hold down the fort, he says. Don't forget to share, like, repost, comment, and repost. Y'all, thanks, Dozer. Love you, buddy. Glad you're about to hit 700 followers over there. If you aren't already following Bill Dozer, then make sure to head over and follow the Dozer Den over on Rumble. 699 followers. I want one more follower for Bill Dozer right now. I'm going to refresh this page in a couple minutes, and we're going to check. So I'm hoping one of you censored commenters goes out over there and finishes the mission. Puts them up to 700. We want 1,000 followers for Bill Dozer by when, Dozer? By April? Is that what we're going for? We'll try, buddy. We will try it. You've been doing a good job, so thanks again for your support and for the Rumble rant, my friend. Let's jump back over here.
As good as, one of those other fries. So does it taste as good as, one of those other fries that we have grown accustomed to?
Our bodies grew accustomed to animals, eating animals. Over thousands and bazillions of years, it's going to taste way better because that's what your body craves. That's what your taste buds are desperate for, not oils derived from seeds. Give me a break.
They're so much better. We're actually famous for, as you mentioned, for our shoestring fries.
Right.
And these fries the same fry cooked in beef tallow is crispier, it's golden brown, it's absolutely delicious, and you're going to love them when you try them. You're not going to want to ever go back to the old way of doing fries. And it's the authentic way. It's the original way.
Boom. Let's go back to the way things are supposed to be. The authentic, original ways, baby. That goes for YouTube, McDonald's, and all you other scumbag fast food companies out there ruining people's health. Your game is over. So we have more information about that CIA funding cut threat where they claimed that it might trigger people to go sell information to the Russians and others if you cut our funding. Seems like a little bit of extortion or something to me. Allegations of selling secrets to Russia surface. Claims have emerged suggesting that the CIA has warned CNN of potentially selling state secrets to Russia should their funding be cut amidst concerns over mass firings. Simultaneously, there are allegations that the FBI might be destroying evidence, though specific to the Epstein case. These assertions have fueled discussion on social media about the integrity and motives of the U.S. intelligence agencies. No official confirmation of these events have been provided, highlighting the need for a thorough investigation into these claims. We saw that clip earlier. So screw them. Shut down everything. We also have the Supreme Court stepping in last night, I believe, to stop the Biden judge's midnight deadline, halting an order that would have forced the Trump administration to pay $2 billion. Billion with a B, big, bad, bold. $2 billion in foreign contracts. So finally, Supreme Court stepping up, doing the right thing here. Chief Justice Roberts, of all people, too, temporarily stopped Judge Amir Ali, his midnight deadline, this fucking dual citizen Canadian piece of shit over here that's only been an American citizen since like 2019. What the fuck are you doing as a judge? Dual citizen, telling the Trump administration he has to send money to your home fucking country of Canada. Fuck you, Judge Amir Ali. This dude needs to be debenched and deported, in my opinion. Get rid of all dual citizens in government, all dual citizens as judges. America first. America first. I propose a constitutional amendment to bar dual citizens from participating in Congress. or in as judges. Biden-approved Judge Amir Ali on Tuesday blasted DOJ lawyers over U.S. aid disbursement and ordered the Trump administration to pay the foreign contracts by 11:59 p.m. on Wednesday evening. But SCOTUS immediately responded to Trump's emergency request to vacate Judge Amir Ali's order. Quote, it is ordered that the February 25th, 2025 orders of the United States District Court for the District of Columbia are hereby stayed pending further order of the undersigned or of the court. It is further ordered that any response to the application be filed on or before Friday, February 28th, 2025 by 12 p.m. Eastern. Chief Justice Roberts wrote in a brief order. So, a little bit of common sense. We should not have to send money to foreign countries in the billions if we don't fucking want to. Okay? Especially when all this corruption is being uncovered. How about this? Autism Capital posting. This is interesting. I originally had an article over at Gateway Pundit, but it seems like the article is just gone at this point. 2 articles in a row, just gone. Trump suggests Pete Hegseth should fire every single general involved in the botched Afghanistan withdrawal. It's the first one, so I found another post about it over here on X. Reporter, Mr. President, you were just talking about the botched withdrawal in Afghanistan. Have all the generals involved been fired? Trump, that's a great idea. We'll watch the clip. You should. Hegseth, sitting right next to him, fire these fuckwits. It was the plan. Trump said, bring all the stuff home. Milley said, oh, that's not a good idea. We should just leave it. This was the plan. Fire them.
Mr. President, you were just talking about Afghanistan and the botched withdrawal. Have all the generals or command staff that were involved with the withdrawal been fired or relieved of duty?
Well, that's a great idea. I'm not going to tell this man what to do, but I will say that if I had his place, I'd fire.
Trump, you are the chief executive. Everybody that works for the executive branch works for you. If you want to tell them what to do, tell them what to do. There's nothing wrong with that. The Pentagon, the Department of Defense, it's not an independent body. You are the one giving orders. Own it. Order them what to do.
Fire every single one of them, Pete, to do, but I will say that if I had his place, I'd fire every single one of them, Pete. That's a very good question.
Well, it's a question we've thought a lot about. We're doing a complete review of every single aspect of what happened with the botched withdrawal of Afghanistan and plan to have full accountability. It's one of the first things we announced at the Defense Department for that reason, sir. Certainly, General Raisin Kane, who's on his way in, was not a part of that. Instead, was a part of leading the effort against ISIS by untying the hands of warfighters.
Right, and you're right, Bill. I was just speaking generally about the executive branch. When it comes to Department of Defense and everything, yeah, Trump is the commander-in-chief. He literally should have the complete ability to restructure the military under at his whim. So yeah, just issue the order, fire them.
Finishing the job properly and then bringing our troops home. So we're taking a very different view, obviously, than the previous administration, and there will be full accountability.
I don't see big promotions in that group.
Nice. Here's another story that disappeared from Gateway Pundit. Republicans introducing bill to defund liberal propaganda, NPR. It looks like we have an article at AmericanFaith.com over here. Republicans introduce bill to defund liberal propaganda, NPR, which is hilarious. Back in the day, I'm talking like 2009, 2006, I had arguments with people about this. They're like, no, it's just normal, regular news. I'm like, no, it's leftist propaganda. Now people are finally starting to figure it out, even though it was less apparent back in the day. But here's the article about it from Sarah Wagner. February 27th, 2025, 2 Republicans have introduced a bill that would end the taxpayer funding of National Public Radio. Senator Jim Banks, Republican Indiana, declared, quote, taxpayers shouldn't be forced to fund NPR's liberal propaganda. If NPR can't stay afloat without government funding, that tells you all you need to know about the quality of their news. That's right. That's right. Representative Kat Cammack, Republican Florida, said taxpayer dollars have funded, quote, left-wing activism under the journalism moniker for too long. She noted NPR, quote, cherry-picked its coverage in favor of majority Democrat listeners. 87% according to a Pew Research survey, from failing to cover an assassination attempt on Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh in 2018 to ignoring President Joe Biden's business dealings with his son Hunter in, did I say Hunter? His son Hunter in 2020. Federal funds shouldn't be available to NPR. Yeah. Obliterate, destroy, eviscerate, defund. NPR is the enemy of the people, in my opinion, so that's good. We also have this good news over here as the IRS set to close more than 120 offices. Booyaka! The Trump administration is planning to close more than 120 IRS offices nationwide. U.S. General Services Administration, GSA, announced the closures in a letter obtained by the WAPO. Many of the closing IRS offices have taxpayer assistance centers inside of them. Last week, nearly 7,000 probationary IRS employees were laid off, reflecting the Trump admin's plan to shrink the agency. This starkly contrasts the Biden administration's previous plans to hire nearly 87,000 more IRS agents. More! So we went from plus 87,000 to minus 7,000. Fuck yeah. Post-millennial reporting breaking IRS to shutter. 120 offices nationwide, baby. Let's go. Per WAPO, blah, 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 blah. Fuck you, WAPO. We don't need to read the details from WAPO. Let's check in over at Bulldozer74 and see if we got that 700th follower yet. Oh, it doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it. I don't know how quickly it updates, though, so it's possible you already got it. If you guys haven't already, I'm going to post the link in the chat for you right now. Just hop over there. Give him a follow. Give him a follow. Give him a chance. I think you'll like it. Not quite as fast-paced as this show, but he's just got a great personality. He's a good dude, and he has great opinions. And you guys will love Bulldozer. You'll love the Dozer Den. Become a Killdozer, if you will. Let's see. I think we'll pretty much wrap it up here. We'll do a couple more. We'll do a couple more because we got a couple other interesting things. I don't want to destroy my voice again. So I got to kind of take it easy coming back. This is more, I've talked more in the past hour and a half than I have like in the entire past week and a half. Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard calls UK ordering Apple to create a, quote, backdoor to encrypted consumer data and, quote, egregious violation of Americans' rights. Ding, ding, ding. We also had J.D. Vance calling out Keir Starmer to his face about their bullshit rights violations. Twerky followed Bulldozer, giving you that 700th follow. Twerky in the house. Good seeing it, Twerky. Boom. Nationwide, Trump's on your side. That's right, Tulip, hopefully. Seems like it. Seems like it. So, yep, she's right about that. J.D. Vance was right, calling out Starmer to his face about that as well. Let's see. We have also federal officials have allegedly identified the individual who created the weird AI video over at HUD of Donald Trump licking Elon Musk's feet. Federal officials identify HUD employee who broadcast AI video of Trump kissing Musk's feet in the HUD cafeteria. Escort the individual from the building and directly into a volcano. Not that last part. That would have been cool, though. Ugh. Long live the real king. Now, gross. Gross. These people are twisted, man. Federal officials have located this asshole. According to the report, the responsible individual was escorted out of the building once caught. This indicates they were a HUD employee, but the report did not explain their role. Quote, yesterday, an individual was escorted off the property. A spokesperson for HUD said video, which went viral when the TV takeover happened on Monday, had the caption, quote, long live the real king. We're not even going to play that because fuck these people. Insanity. Let's see now if Bulldozer's page has updated, and then we'll know if it immediately updates. 699 still has not updated, so it's not an immediate update, Bulldozer. So hopefully that means you got more than 700 now. Thanks again, everybody, for tuning in today. Appreciate you guys. Sorry for the extended absence. My voice is only just beginning to finally return. We'll do a couple more stories before we wrap it up. We also have Trump talking about the European Union over here. I like this opinion. Let's let the Don say it for himself.
The European Union's been It was formed in order to screw the United States. I mean, look, let's be honest. The European Union was formed in order to screw the United States. That's the purpose of it. And they've done a good job of it, but now I'm president.
What will happen if these countries or the EU retaliate?
They can't. I mean, they can try, but they can't.
China did. They are pledging to, sir. That are
European.
Yeah, so European Union was formed in order to screw the United States. That's the purpose of it. Sounds about right to me, and they've done a good job of it, but now I'm president. That's right. That is right. Thanks to Gay Gallops for reposting our feed over on X. Thanks so much. Just saw that. Skunk71, thank you. Glad you enjoyed the show. We'll do a couple more quick little things before we wrap it up. We have Floyd Mayweather declaring Trump the best president ever on Fox Business during an unexpected appearance on Fox Business's Making Money. Undefeated boxing legend Floyd Mayweather expressed strong support for former President Donald Trump, labeling him as the, quote, best president we've ever had. This endorsement came without prior announcement of his political stance during the show, which usually focuses on financial decisions. Here's the clip. Dom Luker posting it. Breaking news. Undefeated boxing champion Floyd Mayweather just surprised all of his fans by randomly going on Fox News to defend President Trump and claim he is the best president we ever had. Let's hear it.
At least I'm happy.
Super low volume. What the fuck? Dom Luker. Let's see if somebody else has better volume.
Happy.
Here we go.
At least I'm happy, but we're never happy. When we had Trump before, we didn't appreciate him as president.
That's fucking hilarious. Chrome Industries says, yeah, like it implies, yeah, it's cool that Floyd Mayweather is backing Trump, but Trump has Tyson's ear though already.
At least I'm happy, but we're never happy. When we had Trump before, we didn't appreciate him.
Thanks, Jurgen.
But I think Trump is a great president. Actually, he's the best president in my eyes. He's the best president we ever had. Great businessman, and that's what it's about.
Yeah, and the way the days cabinet thing, you probably went around here. It was really phenomenal. To the point you talked about, putting together a great team.
Yes,
put together a fantastic cabinet.
Trump has done an amazing job, and a lot of people around America are upset. But no matter who goes in the White House, we're always upset.
Right.
And I think Trump is the man for the job. He's the best president in my eyes.
I also been reading.
At least.
Granted, he has been hit in the head a lot. Actually, not that much because he's undefeated. So we can take him seriously on this. Oh, man. Let's see. We also had the Trump administration weighing canceling a $590 million bird flu vaccine contract awarded to Moderna in Biden's final days. Deal pushed through at last minute is now under scrutiny as health experts, quote unquote, claim the U.S. is facing a record-breaking bird flu outbreak. How would you even possibly know that? These people are insane. Fighters instinct, Chrome Industry, I like that. So good. Hopefully this gets canceled. We also had RFK swooping through to demolish and halt a Biden-era contract to create a new COVID-19 vaccine. DHS Secretary RFK has halted this. Fox News Digital reported on Tuesday, saying, while it is crucial that the Department of Health and Human Services support pandemic preparedness, why? Why is that crucial? Where in the Article 1, Section 8 of the U.S. Constitution does it give the federal government authority to do anything regarding health care? I don't know. 4 years of the Biden administration's failed oversight have made it necessary to review agreements for vaccine production, including VaxArts, Kennedy told the outlet in a statement. Quote, I look forward to working with VaxArt and medical experts to ensure this work produces safe, effective, and fiscal-minded vaccine technology. More details here. John Cullen, asshole, wrong most of the time, but looks like he's right here. Why would we need vaccines to prevent what? There weren't 75 cases last year. Well, yeah, what do they know that we don't know? Yeah, so screw them. Hopefully, I think it's been canceled at this point, but I'm losing my voice again, so I don't want to read through this whole thing. We're going to wrap it up here, guys. Thanks for actually, we'll fuck. I can never wrap it up when I want to. I don't, because there's always something more to cover. Let's see. There's that one. This one is interesting. I thought this was hilarious. This is too funny not to cover before we wrap up the show. Victor Big Ham, Big Ham, posted this one. Just in, Blackwater CEO Eric Prince has offered the Trump administration his company's services to conduct deportations. This is hilarious. Prince's proposal involves using military bases as processing camps and a fleet of 100 planes. 500,000 illegals would be deported per month for a total of 12 million before the 2026 midterms. The price tag would be $25 billion. If we're saving $2 trillion on Doge, this would be a great way to redirect 25 billion of all that money. I think that he was just making the point. I don't know if this is like an actual offer to really do this, or if he was just saying, as a CEO, I did the calculations. This is how much we calculate the logistics to actually accomplish this would be. Regardless, I say fuck it. Let's go for it, dude. We clearly don't have enough people involved with ICE and Border Patrol and everything to handle this, as the deportation numbers thus far have been too low compared to what we want. So let's do it. Let's redirect $25 billion that would have gone to Canadian NGOs and like USAID garbage or whatever, and let's get rid of the illegals. Yeah, Mama Mac, but it would give BlackRock more money. I guess the trade-off might be good, but I don't trust BlackRock or their power. I don't either, but Eric Prince he's had Trump's back. So if they can actually do something good, let's funding good operations is worth it. Big as life. See you tomorrow, brother. Thanks so much for that $100 Rumble rant before. Another big shout out to Sin Lu Wu dropping, was it a 50 on the show as well? And thank you to Bulldozer for dropping that $2 Rumble rant. Make sure to tune into Bulldozer tonight at 10:30 Eastern Time, 9:30 Central, for his new episode of The Dozer Den. Epstein List Phase 1 Cringegate. Nice one. Crenshaw cries. Oh, did he cry? Oh, man. Trump gold cards. That's a good one. Yeah, Trump is going to offer $5 million to foreigners to actually buy a green card and a pathway to citizenship. Sounds like a good idea, because we'll bring productive people in who have money, who can hire people and innovate and create new jobs. Plus, we'll be bringing in revenue. Seems like a good plan to me. Overall, Gene Hackman mummification, sketchy. I didn't mean to laugh during that. It's not funny. Lady Hamilton Art has raided the stream as well. Did she interview Ivan Raiklin today? I think she did. Let's hop over to Lady Hamilton Art channel and see what's going on. Episode 3. Oh no. It's my first day broadcasting this week, so I thought it was Monday for the moment there. She's interviewing Ivan Raiklin on Monday, I believe. The Deep State Marauder. So make sure to hop over, give Lady H a follow. Look at this. She was stuck at what? 359 forever. Now she's up to 366 followers. Good to see that number starting to jump up over there, Lady H. So check out her new episode, Headmaster's Homeroom, Health and Healing, Liver Health, Fatty Liver and Medication Damage. Ooh, sounds very interesting. Good stuff, Lady H. Good stuff. Glad you are talking about natural remedies. Yes, that's what I want to hear. Glad you're getting some more followers over there, Lady H. If you are not already following our beloved Lady Hamilton, then hop over to her channel. I'm posting a link in the chat right now for you guys. Follow Dozer, follow Lady H, follow Unique Prepping Z-Man over on YouTube. JJR in the house. What's up? I sound okay. JJR. I can feel my throat starting to hurt already again right now. Tri-Stater, thanks so much. Feeling much better. I've been feeling okay for a week. I wasn't feeling like too bad. I had the headache, and then that sucked for a day. It's just my voice was actually gone, which is so unusual for me. Never really happens. Bill Dozer, yes, thanks to everybody for hanging out and getting Bill Dozer over 700. And Fennel 51. And Fennel 51. Thanks for joining us. I saw you lurking over on Lady H right at the start of her broadcast at 7, and your name stuck out to me. So thanks for hopping over here with Lady H's raid. Sorry if we scalded any of you friendly raiders with launched cows or boiling hot oil, or archers launching protective volleys of arrows from our battlements and parapets. But we should have just opened the gate and let you in because you are friendlies indeed. No need to fight against these raiders. Thanks again for tuning in today, guys. Appreciate each and every one of you. Don't forget to throw Mama Mac some love and hit up alplama.com when you get a chance. Your new herbal health guru. All of our herbal extracts have been grown organically, harvested, and processed with love in Lebanon, Connecticut. Each herb is extracted at a 1-to-2 ratio of 80 proof in 80 proof vodka for 8 weeks, being mixed daily to ensure the highest potency and maximum health benefits. Each extract bottle is equipped with an eyedropper lid. They got everything you need over here. Lion's mane, mullein, nettle, great for allergies, motherwort, raspberry leaf, mugwort, to help with heart health, diabetes, kidney stones, allergies. They got antioxidants, antibacterial stuff. Lion's mane helped Big as life returned feeling in his feet after taking it, or at least a foot, after taking it for a month. Amazing. We love Mama Mac and fam. We love all of you guys out there. So thanks again for being here and hanging out with us. And appreciate you guys rumble ranting. If you want to support the show, you can do it a few different ways. Hit up our link tree for the links to Golden Cocoon EMF, our affiliate link where you can pick up modern day newfangled tinfoil hats. Like this one right here. It's a beanie, but it's lined with silver to protect your brainium by wrapping your cranium in a silver to Faraday shield. It's freaking awesome. Hope you guys enjoy that. You can also find our links to our merch, our gag books, our regular books, Common Sense, first edition revived, made from high-resolution images of a January 1776 copy of Thomas Paine's magnum opus, the book that galvanized the 13 colonies in support of the American Revolution. We also have Common Censored, the redacted version, where we blacked out and censored the entire, not all of it, but most of the book, hilariously. Begging the question, is a revolution against tyranny even possible when the public commons is stifled and suppressed? Most important thing you can do to support the show is just to share the broadcast. 1 share equals 1 mission completed for the Common Censored Info Infantry, earning you your first enlisted rank in the Info Infantry branch of your choice. Yeah, Gettin'. Good to see you, Gettin'. Loki's lurking. Sometimes when my parents are around, she likes hanging out with them down. She just loves people so much. Like if there's a new face or whatever around, she goes crazy for that. So join the Info Infantry or die by sharing the broadcast, and then you can pick your branch. Let us know you shared it so we can log you and choose your Info Infantry branch. You could join the Info Army. You could always join the Info Navy. You could join the Info Marines. There's also the Info Space Force, Air Force, Coast Guard, Rebel Mercs Division, Redneck Roustabouts, Privateers, and of course, Spec Ops. And anybody from any of our other branches can participate in the Meme Cannon Cavalry. Thanks, Cindy, for making that meme earlier. A little bird stole my voice, indeed. Thanks again, guys, for tuning in tonight. Hope you all have a kick-ass weekend. If we were staying on longer, we would raid Bulldozer, but I got to wrap it up before my voice goes again for another week. So thanks again for tuning in, everybody. Appreciate each and every one of you bigly, you censored commoners out there. I forgot to do the quote of the day again. Life is tough, but it's tougher if you're stupid. John Wayne from Threeper. This has been episode 341, and I'm Lord Sterling. We covered Epstein Files Phase 1, Nothingburger. More to come, hopefully imminently. Back at you, Dirk. Big love to each and every one of you. Talk Cho, good to see you. T. McGroin, Getting Censored Girl, Mama Mac. JJR, Lady Hamilton. We're breaking through the suppression. That's right, Lady H. That's right. Make sure to join us Monday through Friday, 6:45 p.m.-ish Eastern Time as we cover all the crazy clown world clusterfuck chaos that is 2025. Use hashtag Comment Censored and hashtag Info Infantry where applicable when you share the broadcast. You can find us on X at Lord Sterling _. We're also on Truth, Getter, Gab, and Minds. That's right. T. McGroin repping the Info Navy. Addie's Info Sailor. Thank you again to our new followers over on Rumble. Appreciate each and every one of you. Links to the topics we covered today will be posted momentarily down underneath the video in the description over on Rumble, and we'll also post it in the X replies underneath the X broadcast window as well. And Mama Mac, I think, has been adding timestamps as we go. Yep. So if you're watching this later on, I guess it's too late to say it, unless you're just tuning in now and you want to look down there, find the topics we talk about, look at the timestamps, and jump right to the point in the podcast where we talk about the stuff you want to hear. Thanks again, Mama Mac. We'll be back tomorrow for more Common Censored, guys. Until then, you know exactly what to do. Think for yourself. Question authority. Think for yourself. Question authority. Ooh, we will raid Handy News. JJR, thanks for the heads up. Think for yourself. Question authority. 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 Think for yourself. And smash that like button. All right, guys, we will catch you on the flip side. Until then, take it sleazy and peace.